Happy Saturday, y'all. Go JSU Tigers. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. All that good stuff. Hey, listen, I need to make something painstakingly clear, okay? There has been a lot of, how can I say this, unruliness on the internet. A lot of crazy posting, a lot of crazy talk, a lot of folks showing their true colors, white. And I need to make something very clear, okay? My job as a comedian, my role as a public figure and a woman in media, neither of those things supersedes who I am as a black woman. Let me be very clear about that. I put a post up about how free speech in the First Amendment only applies and favors one ilk of people, typically conservatives and Republicans. They can say things that are inflammatory and incendiary, but when you say it, all of a sudden it's a problem, so just maximum hypocrisy. But I spoke about this, which is very true, which is First Amendment free speech does not apply to black folks, typically Democrats, folks who are on the right side of history. I had a white woman jump in my comments and say, I don't like you anymore. Well, guess what? I don't like you either, because you sound like somebody who expects me to gloss over discrimination, to gloss over sexism, to gloss over the fact that there is a direct attack, a full-blown attack and war against black folks, marginalized folks, oppressed folks, minorities, black women, black men, the black community, or anybody that's on the right side of history. There's a full-blown attack to suppress, oppress, restrict, constrict, stifle us from speaking out against things that are wrong and causing great harm to this nation. If you don't like me, I don't like you either. All right. I don't want you at my shows. I don't want you to support me. I don't want you to fake pretend like you support me. I am a comedian and an activist and a black. I have to be. I can't just be one thing. If you're following me thinking that I'm just some kind of fluffy person with no depth who just makes car commercials and tells jokes and, is just a funny girl. If you think that I am a puppet or a pawn or a pushover, you following the wrong person. Before I am a comedian, musician, or veteran, I am a black woman who will forever fight for my rights, who will forever fight against racism, sexism, elitism, and classism forever. So even if I get quiet for a minute, don't you think for 1 second I don't know what's going on and I'm not trying to figure out what I can do to push back against the things that are harming my community. What I am doing, instead of constantly being in a state of rage, which is completely understandable, as James Baldwin said, instead of being in a constant state of rage, I am trying to strategically, carefully, intentionally carry out my mission and my assignment. I am being mentored by civil rights legends and trailblazers who are still alive, still fighting for our rights, even though they are in their 70s and 80s. They cannot rest, they cannot retire because there's so much that needs to be done. I'm talking to them about strategy and concepts and approaches and how to do things so I will have maximum impact. But just to be painstakingly clear, if you think that I am just some comedian or a clown who can be run over, policed, or controlled, and you can try to tell me what to say and how to feel and how to think and how to move on my social media or how to move in my artistry, you have the wrong one. I don't like you either, okay? Stay off my page. I'm not going back and forth with y'all. Once you show me your true colors, you're going to get blocked. It is what it is. I ain't trying to explain what racism is because you already know and you don't care. You find a way to justify it in your mind as long as it means that you end up on top. I'm not going to excuse or ignore race baiting, dog whistling, white supremacy, conscious or subconscious bias, prejudice. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to be quiet just to make you comfortable. And I'm not going to accept you using Christianity as a scapegoat for your racism. You cannot be selectively Christian and godly. Christianity is not congruent with hate. Pick a side. Either you're going to be loving and Christ-like or hateful and diabolical, but you can't be both. If what these far-right radical influencers are saying resonates with you, then you don't resonate with me, and we don't need to be connected in any way. So if you one of them ones that want to act oblivious, like you don't know what's really going on and what's really being said, let me say it again. I don't like you either. Get your ass off my page. That's all I got. I am blessed, black, and highly favored. Love, peace, and hair grease.